Hi, and welcome to This Time a Few Months Ago from St Giles and St George's, Ashtead. My name is Liz Marlowe, and today I'm going to interview Mike and Helen Francis, who have worshipped with us in Ashtead about 10 years ago. They left and are now working as mission partners with us for Interserve. So maybe they'd like to tell us where they are now and how long they've been there.
Well, we live in North Farnborough, and we lived here for 10 years since we left Ashtead. And it's an area with a really significant number of Nepali people, all ex-Gurkhas and their families. Some say there's about 30 or 40%. Many of them very old, 60 or 70 like us, or even older. It's great. Nepal has come to England here.
Brilliant. And can you tell us a bit more generally about what Interserve does?
Yes, Interserve is an international agency who seek to encourage Christians and churches to become involved in cross-cultural ministry. So that's relief and development work, and also just sharing the love of Jesus in practical and loving ways with the local community, particularly people from Asia and the Arab world. And before we came to Ashtead, we lived for 10 years in Nepal, and Mike was working as a civil engineer, training Nepali engineers to build hydropower projects. And we were supporting the Nepali church to reach their Hindu and Buddhist neighbours with the love of Jesus. So that's why when we heard about the Nepalis moving to Farnborough, we felt it was right to move there and to get to know them.
Brilliant. And what sort of things have you been doing with Interserve in Farnborough?
Well, we work with the local British church and Nepali church as bridge builders, really, between the Nepali community, the British secular community and the churches. We have a very good council with lots of good work going on to help the community cohesion between the Nepalis and the British. But I think the Nepali community enjoy having somebody who's been in their country and speak their language. A lot of them struggle with English, so the first thing we did was to start some English classes. And now we have conversation clubs and a community garden where they can practice their skills and get to know people on an equal footing, not just as English teachers. And also with the Nepali church.
Yeah, with the Nepali church, we've been attending the services, we've been going to the house group. Perhaps one of the most significant things is we've been running a discipleship training program for them. And that's been fantastic because it's led to much greater confidence and improved preaching amongst the leaders of the church. And it's also led to them starting up an outreach to their Hindu and Buddhist neighbours. And they thought, well, we want to do something for them. And that's been really great.
Oh, fantastic. And how has the coronavirus affected the work that you've been doing in Farnborough and the Nepalis?
Well, a lot of it's stopped, as everything else, around us has stopped. And we started off by volunteering generally with practical things like the pharmacy delivery run with Dial a Ride, and Mike was volunteering with Citizens Advice. And we've also been phoning and keeping in touch with people. And we've noticed that a lot of them are very fearful of evil spirits, and because they associate illness with evil spirits. But we've also noticed how well they support one another as a great community, so that we've got a lot to learn from them as well.
The Nepali church has really embraced Zoom, and I was preaching at one of their services the other week, and there were 80 households on.
Wow.
So probably about 300 people from all over the world. But we've also had a real surge in interest in discipleship training through Zoom because people have a bit more time and it's easier to arrange the meetings. And so that's been really good. We've been running quite a few of those courses.
And what's changed for you, do you think, during lockdown?
I think we've had to look imaginatively at how we can engage with people and as Mike said, you know, a lot on Zoom and in visits and just general encouragement. And we've been offering to pray for them, and also we've seen now as we're emerging from lockdown, we've seen people gradually overcoming their fear of going out and beginning to return to the community garden. And yeah, so it's been a strange time really, of greater connection in some ways and isolation in other ways.
Sounds like you've been meeting some of the challenges of this strange times. Is there anything in particular that we could pray for you?
Yes, I think for wisdom to know how to emerge from lockdown in terms of restarting some of the things that we were doing before, to know if they're the right things, if people still want to come to English classes. I think they certainly want to come to the conversation clubs and the community garden. But I think even more than that, just for a work of the Holy Spirit in people's lives. Many of the Nepali friends were on a journey towards Jesus, but we're quite fearful to know how their communities would accept them if they follow Jesus instead of their Hindu and Buddhist gods. So just pray that the Holy Spirit will continue to draw them towards Jesus and away from their fears.
And we'd like to say thank you to you for your prayers and for your support. We really do appreciate that. We couldn't do it without you. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you for sharing and talking to us in this interview today. And it's a real privilege to partner with you both. Thank you.